29, just over the halfway point now in this 15-day autumn sumo tournament. Sashori, the Mongolian, in the lead, with 8 straight wins. Gives him Kachikoshi, of course, though that's the least of his aims. And we have Musashimaru, the Yokozuna, Chiyotakai, the Ozeki, Kotomitsuki from the Maegashira ranks with 7 wins and 1 loss apiece. So the wrestlers here are introduced individually, names, where they come from. And let's go to the first of our bouts. So we have Akinoshima against Kasuganishiki. Well, Akinoshima's got 4 wins, 4 losses. Previous basho only had 6 wins. Kasuganishiki just up from the Juryo division, first time in the Makuuchi division. So tries that under the chin move against Akinoshima. Akinoshima gets him to the edge and dumps him. So yoritaoshi move there, a force down. Kasuganishiki was bent over backwards there as Akinoshima leant into him. Akinoshima not doing too well this particular basho, but 5th win anyway for him. Still a chance to get a reasonable score to remain in the Makuuchi division. Now Ushiomaru from the Azumazeki stable fights Gojoro. These two have never fought before. Ushiomaru 170 kilos, Gojoro 157. Well, Gojoro trying to pull him down there on the back of the head, but Ushiomaru just keeps chasing after him. That footwork always coming forward as he thrusts with the arms. Gojoro not really able to jump back out of reach of that. And Ushiomaru takes his 5th win. 5th loss as well for Gojoro. Otsukasa fights Tamakasuga. They've had 8 fights in the past. Tamakasuga's won 5 of them. Tamakasuga comes up, goes for the chest, keeps pushing for the chest, and then follows up with a pull down. So Tamakasuga takes that one. 7 wins for him. Already he's done better than previous basho when he only had 6 wins. So hatakikomi win there for Tamakasuga. Now we have Young Mountain, Wakanoyama against Aminishiki, which translated doesn't mean an awful lot. Nishiki means brocade, Ami means net. Try and work that one out. So Wakanoyama 159 kilos, Aminishiki 124. Quite a weight difference between them, but it's Aminishiki, the lightweight wrestler, who spins Wakanoyama over with the overarm uwatedashinage throw. 5th win for Aminishiki. He's coming close to his score in the previous basho. Only scored 6 in the previous basho. Should do better than that this time. Now we have Kotomitsuki. He's got 7 wins. If he wins this one, he'll get Kachikoshi. Should guarantee his rankings. But they say that if a Maegashira wrestler wins basho, which is what Kotomitsuki did this time last year, that mostly they're jinxed. Thereafter that, they don't do very well. And that's exactly what's happened with Kotomitsuki. He's had injuries, all sorts of problems, broken jaw, dropped right the way down the rankings. He certainly looks on better form this time against Tokitsuumi. Well, that was a good exchange of arm movements there. Deep hold there. Tokitsuumi tries a kirikashi, tries to get the leg round behind Kotomitsuki. Doesn't succeed. Kotomitsuki trying to break the grip on the belt there. You can see him. That's what they call cutting the belt. Mawashi o kiru means to break the grip on the belt. Well, it's a nice long bout here. Tokitsuumi lodged in slightly at an angle to Kotomitsuki, but Kotomitsuki, a skillful wrestler, many times amateur champion, throws his leg across. Judo move there. Desperate move. Looked as though he didn't know quite what to do in that position. So Tokitsuumi wins that 4th win for him, and Kachikoshi escapes the jinxed Kotomitsuki. Tamanoshima, Kyokushuzan. These two have fought 3 times before. Kyokushuzan's won 2 of them. Well, the referee adjusting Kyokushuzan. The hands mustn't go beyond the line, the start line, towards the other start line. They've got to be behind it. Well, Tamanoshima drives out from that one, although Kyokushuzan tried to pull him down at the back of the head. Tamanoshima gets the force out there, or the push out rather, the oshidashi. 5th win for Tamanoshima, 4th loss for Kyokushuzan. Tochisakae. Around about the middle of this year, he's having liver problems, as do a number of these wrestlers. They force feed so much. Internal organs suffer a bit. Here fighting Kotoryu, they fought twice before, each has won once. Lively bout. Kotoryu running around the ring. You can see he's heavily taped up left leg there. But eventually it's Kotoryu who gets the victory over Tochisakae with a push out, an oshidashi. 3rd win for Kotoryu. 5th loss for Tochisakae. The audience close to the ring here sit in little boxes. 4 to a box, quite cramped to sit cross-legged. They have food provided. It'll be quite an outing. The whole thing lasts for quite a while now. Kyokutenho against Hokutoriki. Kyokutenho there does the pull down. Well, it's a push into a pull. And his hand on Hokutoriki's throat there by the look of it. The Nodowa attack. And then does a hatakikomi as Hokutoriki leant into it. Buyuzan, 165 kilos. Tochinonada, 161 kilos. Both wrestlers somewhat heavier than the average. Tochinonada went to the same school as the great sumo yokozuna, Wajima, hero of a few decades ago. Buyuzan doing all the running there. Such a fine line between winning and losing in sumo. You can appear to be driving somebody back to the edge, and right on the edge, just turn of the body, upper body, and there's nowhere to push, and the pusher sails through the air. So Tochinonada wins that one, and Buyuzan gets makikoshi. Miyabiyama fights Takanonami. These two, 14 head-to-heads before. Takanonami's won 11 of them. Both of them were Ozeki in the past. Miyabiyama hurt his hip somewhat during the July training camp. Seems to be all right, but you never know. Well, a little bit of gamesmanship going on here. They're meant to start together, but of course it's an advantage to jump the gun slightly. And then eventually they get it right. Miyabiyama doing all the pushing, but their push is too hard. Good example of what I was just talking about. Had an army on the run, right to the edge, and then he just turned sideways, and Miyabiyama went sailing past. 4th win for Takanonami. Atmosphere here at the Kokugikan is amazing. Very appreciative crowd. Takamisakari always gets a big applause. They fight Shimotori. They fought 3 times in the past. Takamisakari's won 2 of them, but Takamisakari's got 7 losses. If he loses this one, which he has lost, that gives him 8 losses. And makikoshi, well, certainly Takamisakari is suffering this basho. He comes in as the new komusubi, the lowest of the sanyaku ranks. Previous basho he had good results, had 9 wins, but this time out, not doing at all well. Takanowaka against Musoyama. And Musoyama's fought Takanowaka 10 times, and he's won 10 times. Musoyama keeps his head low. Takanowaka comes out a little bit high. Musoyama too powerful for him. There you can see it. Chucks him into the audience. 7th win for Musoyama. third loss for Takanowaka. Musayama came from the amateur ranks, came into Pro Sumo in '93 in the Makushita division, and in the same year he went into the Makuuchi division, so a very quick jump from him up the ranks. Now this is going to be a good one. Kaio, strong, stable, seems to be a strong Kaio this particular basho. Asashoryu, young, lively, rough, unpredictable, full of fighting spirit. So can he upset the older, more stable Ozeki? The new Ozeki against the old Ozeki. There's a hard head-banging start by Asashoryu, but he just slides off, and Kaio uses experience, captures him, gets round the back, and forces him out. Well, it wasn't for lack of trying. Asashoryu came out like a rocket, but Kaio clamped him tight, just managed to turn his body a little bit. And of course, once you get round behind, it's almost impossible to resist the push. Well, that's the Oyakata of the Tomozuna stable, Kaio stable. Now we have the grand champion, Takanohana, coming down the flower path, the Hanamichi, for his bout against Toki. First we have Chio Taikai against Waka no Sato. Impassive face, almost like an old statue of Buddha. That's Takanohana. Now Chio Taikai against Waka no Sato. The powerful Waka no Sato, the rocket-like Chio Taikai. Weight-wise, almost both of them about the 160 kilo mark. Taikai came into the Makuuchi division in '97. Waka no Sato came in '98. Both the same age, both 26 years old. I predict that Taikai's initial charge will overwhelm Waka no Sato, but let's see. Head-banging start. Taikai moving forward. Stopped. Waka no Sato moving forward. Now this is this belt sumo favours Waka no Sato. Say about the pushing sumo men. Well, that's it. Tries the slap down, but Waka no Sato's feet skidded out sideways as he tried to resist. Difficult to say whether that was a slip-up by Waka no Sato or assisted by Chio Taikai. But you can see him rubbing his head there, so that was a hard start between these two. So 8th win for Chio Taikai and Kachikoshi. 4th loss for Waka no Sato. Now we have the first of the Yokozuna out. Takanohana, noble flower. He's fought Toki 7 times. He's beaten Toki 7 times. Toki's said to be a very friendly, sociable guy. A rough sumo man, but just not in the class of Takanohana. Toki will do the tsupari attacks. That's use his long arms, go for the shoulders, neck, face of Takanohana. Takanohana will latch onto the belts. These are my predictions. And once he's got his hand on the belts, that should be the end. Let's see if there's a different game plan here. And there's a Nurami eye, they call the stare. Slightly condescending look on Takanohana's face there, as if to say, come on you guys, get it right. So Toki, there we go, goes for the face, goes to the throat, as predicted. Takanohana moving forward. Toki still using his hands on the face, pushing the Yokozuna back. Yokozuna closes in, gets his hand on the belt. Belt grip's broken, but at the same time, Toki driven back to the edge and over and forced out with oshidashi. Well, Takanohana had to work for that one a bit. Nevertheless, he won. 7 wins for the grand champion. Certainly his knee doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. No visible signs of him limping or protecting it. Let's watch this one again. Well, there's the Nodowa attacks to the throat. A couple of slaps as well. Takanohana trying to close in, but more pushes to the throat from Toki, trying to keep the Yokozuna away. Doing it fairly successfully, but there comes a run as Yokozuna gets the grip on the belt, tries a push, grip gets broken, follows up with more pushes, and Toki goes over the edge. From another angle, we can see that again. And there's the step out. Toki goes back and his foot drifts over the edge. Now the other Yokozuna, Sashimaru. He's quietly lurking in the wings, of course. All the focus is on Takanohana, but he's busy winning. He's ahead of Takanohana. He's only got 1 loss, whereas Takanohana's got 2 losses. Sashimaru against Tosanumi, they've fought 32 times in the past. Sashimaru's won 27 of them. Meets Tosanumi's charge comfortably, moves forward, keeps moving forward. Tosanumi running around the ring. Now this is when he gets open. It's no good for Sashimaru. He's got to close it down and use his weight. He takes that one though with oshidashi. 8 wins for Sashimaru and Kachikoshi. Whether they get Kachikoshi or Makikoshi irrelevant for Yokozuna. They never lose their rank. They either fight or they retire. So 8th win there for Sashimaru. Well, there you see the scores at the end of day 9. Sashimaru, Chiyotakai, Asashoryu with 8 wins and 1 loss. Behind them, Takanohana, Kayo, Musoyama, Kotomitsuki, and Tamakasuga. Well, the interviewer's asking Takanohana how he feels about getting Kachikoshi, but he's not answering as usual. Stay with us. We'll be back with more sumo.